How would you say a leader can balance this empathy
Mhm.
and maintain connection while also holding their team members accountable, and
Right.
especially when performance needs to change?
Hmm. So, part of a conversation and part of empathic listening is participating, right? You're actively engaged. So, what a leader can do is openly discuss, um, some of the issues associated with either the problem that the person is bringing to them, or you know their understanding of the problem and how it might impact others in the workplace. So they might be talking about alternative solutions they might bring forward, or they might try to recognize the barriers. Okay, what's preventing you from doing your job, or what's impacting your performance that I'm not aware of, or maybe you need additional resources. So they can try to draw that out in a bit of a problem solving um, effort. And we see this more in the workplace than elsewhere. But empathic listening doesn't always mean you have to solve the problem. But in the workplace, it generally does require
Mhm.
some sort of problem solving, right?
Yeah.
Because that's why we're working, right? We're coming up with a new idea. We're solving a problem. We're creating something. So um, while generally in among two people, you don't necessarily want to go in and try to fix whatever the problem is that someone's sharing with you. In a workplace, you might have to do some fixing, but I don't think it's incompatible, right? The idea of being empathic and also um, going for the best performance, right? So your company has goals, your organization has goals, the employee is there for that purpose, right? And so I think the more you understand where they're coming from, the better you can work together collaboratively to, bring it all together so that they can help the company achieve their goals and, meet the deadline or make the sale or whatever it is, but meet the performance standards. So I don't think it's incompatible. And I think we know it's intrinsically motivating. If someone feels a connection, they are more likely to be internally motivated towards better performance than
Mm.
if they're not connected. So empathy goes a long way towards that connection. So the more empathetic you can be, the more connected you'll feel, and this will result in the employee motivating themselves as opposed to you having to dangle a carrot as a leader, and incentivize that performance.
Yeah, it makes me think about some of the leaders I've met out there that really have the old school style of leadership where they instead of it's not about connecting in order to influence, because
Mhm.
someone is the ability to influence someone is it's so much easier to influence through a genuine connection and um, getting them on the same team and seeking to understand. It's so much easier to influence them. Well, it's easier in the sense that they will gladly do what you say to do, and it'll be a much more cohesive unit.
Mhm.
But it does take a bit more effort than the managers who are just like, I told you to do that because I'm the boss. They're like leading from out of fear, like boss. It's kind of bossing versus leadershiping.
Exactly. And I think it's an important distinction because there's one thing to managing the work, managing the project,
Mhm.
managing the company, and leading. So we can have people who are leaders who are not even in a managerial role, let's say. So I
Mhm.
think it's important that we have that distinction, that we want to lead, right? We want to be leaders, whether we're in that recognized role or not.